Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of our show, Teri.
Welcome back to The Music and Me, the podcast where I dive deep into songs that move us, inspire us, and sometimes tuck us in for the night. I'm your host, Teri, and today we're drifting into the world of lullabies in musical theater. Those soothing, heartfelt melodies that wrap us in warmth, love, and maybe just a little bit of nostalgia. Now, when I think of lullabies in musicals, the first one that always comes to mind is Stay Awake from Mary Poppins. I mean, leave it to Mary Poppins to sing a lullaby that literally tells you not to sleep, and somehow it works like magic. Lullabies in musicals aren't just about bedtime. They bring comfort, protection, and sometimes even a bittersweet longing for something just out of reach. From Hushabye Mountain to Dear Theodosia, these songs remind us of the power of music to calm our hearts and tell a story at the same time. Now, let's settle in, relax, and let's explore the most beautiful lullabies ever sung on stage. First, let's talk about what makes a great musical lullaby. Now, we all know lullabies are supposed to be soft, soothing, and gentle, right? But in musicals, there's so much more than just a way to drift off to sleep. First, we've got the melody. A great lullaby wraps around you like a warm hug. It's never too loud, never too rushed. It's like a musical cup of hot cocoa for your ears. Then there are the lyrics. A lullaby isn't just, shh, go to sleep. Though let's be honest, sometimes that's the goal. It's a message of love, protection, or even longing. And let's not forget the emotion. A musical lullaby can be sweet, hopeful, or even a little heartbreaking. So whether it's a song to tuck someone in, keep them safe, or whisper dreams of a better tomorrow, musical lullabies do what all best songs do. They make us feel. Okay, everybody, now let's get into the songs. Let's start with a lullaby that feels like it was sprinkled with pure magic. Hushabye Mountain from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Now, if you've never seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, let me fill you in. It's a delightfully wacky musical about an eccentric inventor named Caractacus Potts, his two adorable children, and, oh yeah, a flying car. This musical is packed with adventure, villains, and of course, some seriously catchy tunes. But in the middle of all the fun and chaos, we get Hushabye Mountain, and suddenly everything slows down. This song is sung by Caractacus to his children as a bedtime lullaby, painting a picture of a dreamy, faraway place where worries melt away and everything is safe and peaceful. It's got that perfect lullaby formula: gentle swaying melody, soft, soothing lyrics, and a feeling of pure comfort. It's the kind of song that wraps around you like a cozy blanket and makes you want to close your eyes and drift off to dreamland. And what's really beautiful about Hushabye Mountain is that it's not just about sleep, it's about hope. The lyrics promise that no matter how tough things seem, there's always a safe place waiting just over the horizon. It's like Caractacus is telling his kids, hey, life can be a little wild, but don't worry. There's always a Hushabye Mountain out there for you. Seriously, if lullabies had a dreamy, twinkling crown, this one would be wearing it. Now, before I drift off completely, let's move on to the next beautiful Broadway lullaby. Next up is a lullaby that's less about bedtime and more about heart time. And yes, I just made that up, but it fits. It's the dreamy, wishful tune, Someone to Watch Over Me, from the toe-tapping, tap-dancing delight known as Crazy for You. If you're not familiar with Crazy for You, let me tell you about it. It's a romantic comedy filled with classic Gershwin songs, mistaken identities, and tap shoes galore. The story follows Bobby Child, a wealthy New Yorker who just wants to dance, and Polly Baker, a tough and sassy small-town girl. Of course, there's love, hijinks, and fabulous musical numbers. Now, Someone to Watch Over Me isn't your traditional lullaby, but it does have lullaby vibes. It's sung by Polly in a rare, quiet moment. And instead of singing someone to sleep, she's really singing her feelings out into the universe. This song is full of yearning. Polly is dreaming, not of a faraway land like Hushabye Mountain, but of finding that one person who will love her, protect her, and just get her. It's soft, it's tender, and it totally feels like the musical equivalent of staring up into the stars and whispering, I just want someone to hold my hand through life. The melody is so gentle and sweet, like it could rock you to sleep if your heart wasn't too busy sighing. And the lyrics, they're basically a love letter wrapped in a lullaby. It's like Polly is singing herself to sleep with hope. So while it might not come with bedtime in mind, Someone to Watch Over Me is absolutely lullaby material, especially if your dreams include slow dancing in the moonlight with your one true love. All right, musical lovers, let's waltz into our next lullaby moment. Good Night, My Someone from The Music Man. Now this one, it's like a lullaby dipped in starlight and romance. So what's The Music Man all about? Picture this. A fast-talking salesman named Harold Hill shows up in a small Iowa town planning to con everyone into buying band instruments and uniforms, even though he has zero musical ability. But of course, he doesn't count on falling for the town's sharp and skeptical librarian, Marion Peru. Cue the unexpected romance. Enter Good Night, My Someone, sung by Marion in one of her most vulnerable, heartfelt moments. She's not singing to anyone in the room. She's singing to the idea of someone, that someday someone, that perfect person she hopes is out there. It's written as a waltz, which makes it feel like a gentle dance in the moonlight, and it's totally lullaby adjacent. The melody is so soft and comforting, you'll almost forget you're not actually being tucked into bed. It's basically a love letter to a future dream, and it's very swoon-worthy. And get this, the melody of Good Night, My Someone is the exact same as 76 trombones. It's just slowed down and softened. It's the musical sneaky little way of showing how Marion's dreams and Harold's bluster might just be meant to harmonize. So whether you're thinking about your own someone or just love a lullaby with a dash of daydreaming romance, this one hits all the right notes. Okay, friends, let's take a cozy sleigh ride back to a holiday classic with one of the sweetest lullabies in musical history. Count Your Blessings from White Christmas, one of my favorite Christmas movies ever. Now, if you haven't seen White Christmas, it's a heartwarming musical set after World War II, starring Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye as a song and dance duo who team up with two sisters for a festival show in Vermont. There's snow, romance, and a whole lot of singing. And yes, it's as charming as it sounds. Count Your Blessings comes in during a quiet, intimate moment between Bing Crosby's character Bob and Rosemary Clooney's character Betty. She's having trouble sleeping. Hey, who hasn't been there? So, Bob gently sings her this song, and instead of counting sheep, he tells her to count her blessings. This song is a lullaby in every sense of the word, calming, warm, and full of heart. The melody is smooth and gentle, like being rocked to sleep in the arms of someone you trust. And the lyrics? They're a beautiful reminder to shift our focus from what's stressing us out to what's bringing us joy. I mean, come on. When I'm worried and I can't sleep, I count my blessings instead of sheep. That line alone could soothe any anxious heart. What makes this song extra special is its message, gratitude. It's not just about getting some rest, it's about finding peace by remembering the good things in life. It's the kind of lullaby that not only tucks you in, but lifts you up. So whether it's Christmas time or just a moment when life feels heavy, Count Your Blessings is a gentle nudge to breathe deep, find the good, and maybe, just maybe, finally fall asleep with a smile. I love this song. It's from one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time, and it's just so beautiful. Next up, we have a lullaby that wraps around your heart like a warm hug. It's Somebody Gonna Love You from The Color Purple. Now, if you've never seen The Color Purple, let me tell you, it's powerful, emotional, and unforgettable. Based on the novel by Alice Walker, the musical tells the story of Celie, a young Black woman in the early 1900s American South as she journeys from trauma and silence to strength, love, and self-empowerment. It's raw, it's real, and it's incredibly moving. Somebody Gonna Love You is sung by Celie's sister Nettie early in the show as she comforts young Celie who's been through way too much already. This moment is so tender, so vulnerable, and full of hope. Nettie is telling Celie, no matter what she's going through, that she is worthy of love. Not just from family or friends, but from the world. And even if it doesn't feel like it now, somebody is going to love her deeply, truly, and completely. This song isn't a lullaby in the traditional bedtime sense, but it absolutely is in spirit. It's a lullaby of the soul, a promise that better days are coming and that no one is too broken to be loved. The melody is soft and reassuring, with gentle harmonies and a quiet strength behind it. You can almost imagine a mother or sister singing this to a child who feels small or unseen. It says, "You matter, you are loved, and your story is just beginning." I dare you not to tear up listening to it, because Somebody Gonna Love You is one of those songs that stays with you long after the curtain falls. So if you're ever feeling lost or alone, this song is a lullaby that says, hang in there. Your light is just waiting to be seen. The version that I listened to is from the new Broadway cast of The Color Purple, and the version I have is sung by Cynthia Erivo. So you know I love Cynthia Erivo, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful song. Are you ready for some more lullaby magic? We're going to keep going, but first, here's my interesting fact of the week. Welcome to my interesting fact of the week. Before we drift off into another dreamy show tune, let's take a little detour into some fascinating and surprising musical trivia. Because who doesn't love a good did you know moment, especially when it's sprinkled with a little stage magic? Lullabies aren't just for babies. They actually exist in almost every culture around the world, passed down through generations. In musical theater, lullabies are often used during emotional turning points, serving as songs of comfort or reflection. But what's really cool is that they don't always have to be for children. Lullabies can also soothe adults or even represent a character's longing for something they don't have. They can be moments of protection, self-soothing, or even hope, depending on the context of the show. Many musical lullabies are written in 3/4 time, the waltz rhythm we associate with rocking and swaying, which naturally creates that soothing, lullaby-like feel. But don't be fooled by that soft melody. Some of the most powerful and heart-wrenching moments in musical theater come from lullabies. These songs have the ability to build an emotional bond between characters and audiences, creating intimacy and sometimes even bringing us to tears. It's like the lullaby takes on a life of its own, creating a bridge between the characters' feelings and ours. And that's your interesting fact of the week. Now back to our episode. Welcome back, everybody. Now we've reached the lullaby that has lived rent-free in my head since childhood. Stay Awake from Mary Poppins. And if you've seen the movie, you probably know exactly why. It's sneaky, it's sweet, and it's peak Mary Poppins magic. For anyone who might not have grown up singing supercalifragilisticexpialidocious at the top of your lungs, that would be a crime, and I'm ashamed of you all. Mary Poppins is about the world's most practically perfect nanny who floats into the Banks family's lives in London and teaches the kids, Jane and Michael, about joy, kindness, and imagination through a whole lot of whimsical adventures. And trust me, her lullaby game? Strong. Now, Stay Awake comes at the end of a very exciting day. Jane and Michael are clearly wiped, but being kids, they insist they're not tired. Classic, right? So, Mary Poppins, in true reverse psychology brilliance, sings them this lullaby that says, "Stay awake, don't rest your head, don't lie down upon your bed." But here's the trick. It's so gentle and calming, with Julie Andrews' angelic voice floating like a lullaby breeze, that the kids drift off to sleep almost immediately. It's one of the cleverest lullabies out there because it says the opposite of what a lullaby should say. But it works. The melody is soft and lilting like a feather floating to the ground. There's no big moment, no dramatic swell, just quiet reassurance and a bit of Mary Poppins magic dust. And honestly, it captures something universal. That feeling of being lovingly outwitted by someone who knows exactly what you need, even if you don't realize it yet. So whether you're wide awake pretending you're not tired, or just need something to help you wind down, Stay Awake is the lullaby that gently hushes the world and tucks your heart in. All right, dreamers, let's take a little detour into two lullabies that might not happen at bedtime, but still carry the emotional heartbeat of a parent's love. One is a promise wrapped in hope, the other a farewell wrapped in tenderness. Let's talk about Dear Theodosia from Hamilton and Edelweiss from The Sound of Music. Let's start with Dear Theodosia. So picture this. Hamilton, the musical by Lin-Manuel Miranda, is all about the founding fathers, but not like the textbook version. It's electric, emotional, and full of beats that make history feel alive. And right in the middle of all that revolutionary chaos, there's this breathtaking pause. Dear Theodosia is sung by Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr, two fierce political minds who, in this rare moment, let their guards down and sing to their newborn children. Hamilton to his son Philip, and Burr to his daughter Theodosia. It's a lullaby not just to comfort, but to dream. A quiet promise to give their children a better world than the one they inherited. You will come of age with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. It's full of devotion, pride, and that aching kind of love that makes your throat tighten just a little. What makes this a lullaby is the vulnerability. It's gentle, hopeful, and rooted in that deep protective love. A musical hug from father to child. Whether or not you're a parent, it tugs on the parts of your heart that believes in creating something better for the next generation. And now, Edelweiss. I mean, just saying it kind of makes your heart sigh, right? This song is from The Sound of Music, a beloved classic about the spirited nun turned governess, Maria, who brings music, joy, and love back into the lives of a widowed captain and his 7 children in pre-World War II Austria. Captain von Trapp sings Edelweiss as a farewell to his homeland. It's simple, almost hymn-like, and is often mistaken for a traditional Austrian folk song. But, fun fact, it was actually written for the musical by Rodgers and Hammerstein. The melody is so gentle, like snow falling on the Alps, and the lyrics, they're full of quiet reverence and affection. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me. It's a flower, yes, but also a symbol of love, resilience, and goodbye. Even though it's not directed at a child, Edelweiss works as a lullaby because of how intimate and soothing it is. It feels like a last lullaby to something cherished, whether it's a person, a place, or a moment in time. Together, Dear Theodosia and Edelweiss show that lullabies aren't just about sleep, they're about love, legacy, and letting go. Whether you're welcoming new life or saying farewell to something precious, these songs gently carry these emotions in the softest, most beautiful way. All right, people, it's time to tuck in with our final 3 lullabies, each one sung by a character yearning for love, safety, or protection. These songs are especially powerful because they're sung in dark or difficult circumstances, but they still manage to shine with tenderness and hope. First up, we have Not While I'm Around from Sweeney Todd. Now, Sweeney Todd might not be the first musical you think of when it comes to lullabies. After all, it's about a murderous barber getting revenge in Victorian London. But inside this dark tale is one of the most tender, heartbreaking lullabies you'll ever hear. Toby, a young boy who's been taken under the wing of Mrs. Lovett, sings Not While I'm Around to her. He's trying to protect her. He senses that something's not right with Sweeney, and he's afraid for her. He sings Nothing's Gonna Harm You, Not While I'm Around. And you just want to wrap Toby in a big hug. The melody is gentle, almost like a mother's lullaby flipped on its head. It's a child protecting the adult. It's filled with love, loyalty, and that childlike belief that they can shield someone from anything bad in the world. It's a lullaby of protection, yes, but also of deep emotional irony. Because, well, if you know the story, you know things are not quite as safe as Toby thinks. Still, the emotion in the song is real and powerful. Now, let's jump to something a little brighter. Maybe from the musical Annie, which tells the story of a plucky, red-headed orphan in Depression-era New York who dreams of a better life. Maybe is the lullaby Annie sings to herself in the orphanage. It's filled with longing, but also that beautiful childlike hope that just refuses to be crushed. She dreams of the parents who left her behind, imagining that they're out there somewhere waiting to find her. Maybe far away, or maybe real nearby. Her voice is soft, and her heart is wide open. It's a lullaby sung not to a child, but by a child comforting herself with the possibility of love. The song is a perfect example of how lullabies and musicals can carry so much more than just sleepiness. Maybe is filled with dreams, with imagination, and with the desperate hope that love will find its way back to her. And spoiler alert, thanks to Daddy Warbucks and a little Broadway magic, she just might get that happy ending. I love the song Maybe, and I love to sing it. But as you know, I love the musical Annie. It's one of my favorite musicals from my childhood. Our final song is Castle on a Cloud from Les Miserables. This one always gets me. In Les Miserables, little Cosette is a young girl living in horrible conditions, forced to work as a servant by the cruel innkeepers, the Thénardiers. But in her mind, she escapes into the world of her lullaby. Castle on a Cloud is Cosette's quiet, dreamy moment. She sings of a magical place where no one shouts or hits her, where a kind lady holds her and tells her she's loved. There is a lady all in white, holds me and sings a lullaby. The melody is hauntingly beautiful and simple, almost like a music box turning in slow motion. You can feel how badly she wants this dream to be real, because in her world, love is something she can only find in her imagination. It's a lullaby of escape, of safety, and of a better life. And while it breaks your heart, it also shows the incredible strength of a child's spirit to dream, even in the darkest places. Okay, now that we've gently floated through the lullaby section of our episode, let's take a moment to talk about why these songs hit us right in the feels. Lullabies and musicals. They're sneaky little things. Sure, they sound soft and soothing, but don't be fooled. They can be absolutely devastating in the best possible way. It's like wrapping your ears in a cozy blanket only to realize that the blanket is embroidered with tears. These songs may be quiet, but their emotional impact is huge. Why? Because lullabies are often more about just sending someone off to dreamland. They're about comfort in a storm, hope in the darkness, or that deep, unshakable love someone feels, even if they can't always say it out loud. And for us as the audience, these lullabies pull us into the characters' lives like nothing else. Whether it's a father singing to his child, as in Dear Theodosia, a young girl dreaming of safety, like Castle on a Cloud, or someone holding on to hope, like Maybe. These moments create this intimate emotional bond. It's like we're being let in on a secret, a whisper from the character's heart straight to ours. Musical lullabies aren't just about soothing melodies, they're emotional time machines, carrying us back to childhood or into someone else's story, making us feel deeply, quietly, and profoundly. You might not leave the theater belting a lullaby like a showstopper, but I promise you, these soft little songs will stay with you. So yeah, lullabies might be small, but their impact, absolutely mighty. I don't know about you, but my heart is full now. These lullabies show us just how much emotion can be wrapped up in a quiet tune, whether it's protection, hope, escape, or love. Musical theater lullabies aren't just about bedtime, they're about the deepest human emotions, told softly and sung from the soul. So thanks for curling up with me today on The Music in Me. I hope this episode left you humming and maybe even a little misty-eyed. If you loved this episode, please pass it on to someone else who needs a musical hug today. Share it with your bestie, your mom, your dog walker, or anyone who needs a little lullaby love in their life. Until next time, sweet dreams and keep a song in your heart. Peace out, everybody. This has been the Music in Me podcast. Subscribe now so you don't miss a beat.
This has been